The sun is out, it's almost time for the band to arrive. Cameras on, lights down.
Hey, Chet!
There's no puppets in this.
Sitting on my couch, don't have to leave the house. My favorite band is coming to me now. 46 weeks, 324 tweets. We made it happen without Applebee's. Listen, Applebee's, you're a perfectly fine establishment. Please don't fire your social media person over this. Was out of my head, was out of my mind. Man, I hope they play that song. Have a good time. Have a good time. Have a good time.
Yeah, oh, come on. Oh, stop it. Stop it, keep going. Keep going. Okay, but stop. Now keep going some more. Yeah, there it is. And we go. A little bit more? No, okay. You know, I'm really hoping people at home watching are also doing that. How great would that be if they're like, oh, they're clapping. I'm going to do that too. Hey, welcome to Fastballacchets. Yeah! We did it. Mostly me. I'm going to be honest. I did most of it. No, let's give it up to everybody who has donated. So many amazing people are involved in this. Give it up for Fastball. Give it up for Chet. Give it up for the Unpopular Opinion Network. All the fans. Oh, it feels good, doesn't it? It sure does. My name is Jeff May. I am a host on the Unpopular Opinion Podcast Network, and I am a comedian. And I'm going to be hosting this portion of the show before the thing you actually wanted to see. So how exciting is that? A couple of things to know about me. I am from Boston, Massachusetts. It is a very obvious thing about people tell me on the street. They walk up and they're like, "Hey, you're from Boston, right?" And I'm like, "Oh, you can tell because of the hat." And they're like, "No, you're just a loud white asshole." That's fair enough. Anybody go out? Anybody from Boston? Everybody ever been in that area? Or okay, yeah, just a couple of people. I assume lots of woos at home. It's a weird city. Here's the thing: the nightlife in Boston is a terrifying nightmare. If you're ever out at a club, could you just be hanging out, having a conversation, and you just hear someone in the background just be like, "Were you fucking looking at me over there? Oh, you want to go outside real quick? Oh, I think you're wicked pretty." It's like, oh my God, thank God. That was so close. Thought we were going to see some violence. And we still might, actually, because Boston is a rough city. Hey, anybody here, have you ever Googled yourself only to find out you're the worst version of you that exists? Anybody? Ever have that happen? You ever go down that rabbit hole only to see that you didn't even crack the top 3? No, just me? You know the #1 Jeff May is on Google? He's a hero that prevented a school shooting. Yeah. Try not being him all of the time. Try having to explain that you're not him to every disappointed first date you've ever had. Girl's like, oh my God, so... I don't want to seem like a stalker or weirdo, but I totally Googled you. And I know you said you used to be a teacher. Did you stop a school shooting? And then I have to say, no. And as a matter of fact, I actually quit teaching so I could tell jokes about school shootings. So, kind of did a 180 on that one. Not a lot of second dates in my existence. Hey, do you guys remember when they took the entire bottom of the food pyramid and just said it was a complete lie? Do you guys remember that? Remember when for decades they told us, they're like, you know what, eat like at least a loaf of bread every day. We're like, well, I don't see what problems could happen with this. And then out of nowhere they were like, hey, don't eat bread anymore. And it's like, dude, you told us a loaf a day. And they're like, well, we got a lot of money from the bread people to do that. It's like, geez, like, well, what you eat now? They're like, we don't even know. Ham, eat ham. It's like, ham? You said no to ham. It's like, well, we said yes to bread and that was wrong, so... You really want to trust us at this point in time? How are we doing with are people deciding what joke they want me to tell? The dead grandfather. They want to find, okay, people want me to talk about my dead grandfather, which is really touching. Thank you, people back home. My grandfather's dead. It's probably best, because if he wasn't, he'd be like 90 97 at this point in time, that's too old. My grandfather died last year. I was stoked about it. Okay, hold on. Like, the men in my family live roughly forever. Like, every man in my family lives deep into their 90s, which is a huge curse. Like, I'm not a fan of that whatsoever. And everyone looks at me like I'm the asshole when I say that out loud. It's like, hey, you ever talk to anyone in their 90s, ask how it's going? You're not gonna get good news. You're not gonna get somebody that's just gonna be like, well, I hooked up with this chick I met in Greece last year. And you know what? I got MVP in my softball league. How crazy is that? No, every 90-something-year-old person's like, well, all of my friends have been dead for decades. And a machine keeps me alive, so I'm just waiting to die. And that's a weird thing because, like, most people at that age are just like, can I fucking go? Can I go? And science is like, let's keep them alive longer. It's like, why would you ever keep old people are being kept alive all the time. Like, why is that? Like, old people are awful. They're bad people. Have you ever spoken to a grandparent? Do you know anything they did in the 50s? All bad. It's all bad. Grandparent, you talk to a grandparent, they still say Chinaman in conversation out loud, and it's totally okay. Like, okay, and I don't know if you knew this, by the way, old people fucking hate you. They hate you. Old people, look how they vote. They vote to ruin the lives of every young person that has ever existed. They're like, you know what, young people, fuck them. They scare me when I walk outside. It's like, that's not a good reason to do. Like, why do you think they drive through farmers markets all the time? That is a calculated assault. My grandfather died at 96 in 2016. That was the greatest year anybody has ever been 96. That's not gonna work for me. That's not gonna be good. Like, I'm gonna be 96 in 2077. Think that's gonna be a good year for 96? Or do you think that's gonna be a Mad Max fight for resources kind of a year? Which one do you think that's gonna be? Think there's gonna be more water with more people? It's not happening. Like, I need the apocalypse to happen by December. Like, I need that. Like, if shit goes down soon, I'll be the first guy. Put me on a dune buggy, give me like a hockey mask. I'll be like, give me the gasoline and the children. Like, I'll be that guy. That's not when it's gonna happen. I know when it's gonna happen. It's gonna be right after I blow my knee out playing basketball in my over 40 men's league at the Y. No roving band of cannibals is gonna want me in their crew, you know? Be like, hey, let's take the kind of fat guy that can't contribute. Like, you look at every member of my family's death, and it's gonna be like, died of old age, died of old age, died of old age. It gets to me, it's just eaten. Like, that's how I'm gonna go. So there's that. Hey, we have a super, super dope show coming up ahead, and I am very, very, very excited to bring up our next comic. So you guys ready? Yeah. Yes, that's a yes. Yeah. This comic, she is one of my favorite people. She is the host of Take a Walk on the Unpopular Opinion podcast. She is absolutely brilliant, one of my closest friends. Let's give it up for VANESSA GRITTON, everyone.
I've been friends with Jeff for so long, my mother recently asked, where's that scary guy you hang out with all the time? Love this. This is the lowest it could go. 2017 is a year of many tragedies, and one of them is that I recently ate so many hot Cheetos, I think I got taken off of an organ donor list. So many. Something inside of me felt clinically yucky. Like, I considered calling 911 briefly. It was just when you know something inside of you is just dead and irreversibly broken now. It's like pouring cement into a fish tank where it's like, this has changed forever. My family brings hot Cheetos to every party. My entire family devours them by the poundful. Our family crest is hot Cheetos and codependency. I actually had a cousin have CPS called on her once because her neighbors thought her children were only eating hot Cheetos. And when I asked her about it, I'm like, Yesenia, are you only feeding your children hot Cheetos? She was like, girl, shut up. They have Takis and lime too. Lime is vitamin C. People make a lot of assumptions about me, one of them being that I'm an intelligent human being, and that's very much not the case. People think I'm smart because I wear glasses and I speak with an upward inflection. Not true. I failed math 3 times because I went to a Christian high school, and according to Jesus, 2 loaves of bread and 3 fish equals 500 people? I'm irreversibly damaged. But because of this, I constantly have to surprise folks because I'm secret stupid. I'm undercover stupid. I'm a covert idiot. Everyone assumes that a collection of facts is the same thing as being smart, and that's not the case. That's just an asshole. That's the kind of person that constantly wants to bring up, well, you know a tomato is actually a fruit, right? That's the kind of guy that ruins karaoke, where it's just like, it's called Baba O'Reilly, not Teenage Wasteland. Okay. What I'm actually trying to say is I speak 3 languages, and last month I ate a button that didn't even kind of look like a mint. It was so clearly a button. I put it in my mouth and I was like, this is a button, and I still swallowed. I lost my wallet. Where did I leave it? Not El Segundo. My fridge. Twice. I canceled my credit cards both times. No company is ready for you having to say like, hi, I'm sorry, but can I uncancel my credit cards? I keep thinking my wallet's deli meat, and I thought James Gandolfini was in The Godfather. I'm a moron. Both times I just had to operate on a cash basis, and it's like, no, I'm not cool and shady. I'm an idiot. I'm also a moron in love, everybody. I have no idea what I'm doing. Because my parents always told me that when you're in a relationship with someone and you argue, you have to argue constructively, but they never showed me what that looks like. I do know how to be very petty, though. We got into a fight outside of a 7-Eleven, and he asked me to get him a Sprite, and I got him a Fresca because, fuck you. It's subtle. I don't know how to express myself emotionally either, because I used to be on what one would call a Kennedy's worth of antidepressants. I was quiet, I said nothing, I felt nothing, nobody liked me better than that point. But because of this, I don't know how to tell somebody that I like them properly. I'll have 90% of the conversation in my head, and then the last 10% comes out, and I sound insane. We were driving, and it was quiet, and I was looking at him, and I was having those, like, I love you thoughts, and those I want this all thoughts, and those commitment thoughts, and those forever thoughts, and I want to get a dog with you, and I want to raise that dog, and I want to have a cute bathing montage with that dog while Walking on Sunshine plays, and I want to raise that dog until it gets old, and then put the dog down gently when the time comes because we're humane, and then get another dog, and then do this over and over again so like the nurturing of life marks the passage of our time together. But what comes out is him driving quietly and me blurting, I want to watch like 4 dogs die with you! And then he says, I love you too. I'm gonna leave you on this really quick. Love makes you fat. Love makes you fatter than quit smoking. I fell in love, I quit smoking, I gained 30 pounds that just weren't there before. And I told a friend of mine that I can stand to eat a little bit better, and she stopped her eating her salad mid-bite and drops her fork and grabs my hand and leans in and looks me in the eyes and gets very somber and goes, "You're beautiful!" Who said I wasn't? Thank you so much.
Vanessa Gritton and everybody. I was like, you know what? Give me the shortest first so I can really adjust that mic. Wrong. How's that? Is that good? Does that come up to my face? Good. That's good. Part of the hosting that you don't like to deal with is knowing how to do this. Let's just do your next comic, because why should I keep talking when I'm really not doing well with it? Your next comic, one of the funniest comics out of LA right now. He is one of the Mean Boys. He's a host of the Mean Boys podcast, as well as a host of Conspiracy the Show on the Unpopular Opinion Network. Let's give it up for the hilarious Connor McSpadden, everybody.
Oh, thank you, everybody. So, what do we want to talk about? Nazis are back. You guys see that? Yeah, that's been pretty hard for me because I look like this. And I didn't appreciate that. Now, if I want to go protest the Nazis, I gotta wear like a rainbow dashiki and a Colin Kaepernick jersey so everyone knows what side I'm on. And I was watching that big Vice documentary that they did about him, and I was really listening to the interview with like the king of the Nazis or whatever, and he was like, "We want an ethno-state. We want an all-white state, a country to keep our bloodline pure." So I have an idea for a solution. I think we just give them Florida. Does that sound fair to everybody? Do we need Florida? They've been fucking up elections since Destiny's Child was still together. I think we'll be fine. Just be like, hey, you guys clean up after the hurricane and go nuts, all right? We'll go check. Look, I know there's going to be logistical issues where we've got to relocate everyone in Florida that's not already racist, so we'd find a home for those 8 dudes, and I think we got some. I really do. And we just, hey, good luck. Have a society. We'll go check in 20 years. We'll send a 60 Minutes crew down to the capital city of Margaritaville or whatever. And take a look at their shitty communities full of little inbred allergy goblin children just running around in Volcom t-shirts and spitting and smoking meth out of spent cans of Monster energy drinks. And they'll talk to their leader and he'll be like, how's it going, man? He's like, well, most of us swam towards Cuba 10 years ago because we hadn't seen a fat ass in a decade. And our music sucks and our food has no flavor. Can we have black people again? We goofed. We really goofed this one. It really feels like every week for the past year and a half, a once-in-a-lifetime thing has happened. Like, it's it's like the eclipse of the century, and then there's 50 hurricanes, and the Fastball is playing in some dude's living room. So, here's my philosophy. I'm just not gonna quit smoking cigarettes until North Korea calms the fuck down. You guys with me on that? I think that's fair. What, do I need to be in amazing shape so I can get bludgeoned to death by Raiders fans after the apocalypse? Yeah, I want to have dope lung capacity while I'm breathing in radioactive fallout. That sounds like a good use of my last days on Earth. I've completely checked out on all long-term responsibilities. All right? We good? We good over here? All right, cool. There's a couple babies, and I got scared for a second when I heard a thud. I was like, oh, fuck. Are we going to be on the news for the wrong reason tonight? But yeah, that's everything, all right? I'm not living like there's no tomorrow. I'm living like there's no 2023. That seems like a good bet. I'm just treating my life like it's an apartment and I've already lost a security deposit. That's my philosophy. Yeah, I want to have a car with a good resale value and a great FICO score when North America's a Chinese debtor's prison. And I'm working in a chain gang with a bunch of other dumb 24-year-olds. Some guy's like, oh, I fucked up my Yeezy. And he's like, shut up, Gavin. Shoots it with an AK-47. All right, Parker, stop vaping and get back to work in the mines. Like, no. It's a waste of time. Like, maybe if, things turn around a little bit and, like, Trump gets impeached, I'll start making credit card payments again. But as of right now, Chase Bank is going to voicemail every single time, all right? You call my phone from a 1-800 number, go fuck yourself. And this is gonna sound a little kooky, conspiratorial. All this like media about the apocalypse and Mad Max and The Walking Dead, I really think that's just to get you used to the idea and make you think it's gonna be some exciting thing. It's like, what would you do in the zombie apocalypse? Like, well, look, here's what you're gonna do. You're gonna either be a zombie or shit your pants and die because you can't handle adrenaline that's not created by a new Call of Duty game, all right? The apocalypse is not gonna be cool, all right? You're either gonna die in a big flash of light, or you're just gonna cough a bunch, get the flu, and die trying to tweet about it, okay? Just hang out, enjoy yourself. I learned the scariest part about nuclear war, and I saw this on YouTube, so please don't dispute me, is that the only place on Earth that survives a nuclear war is Australia. Which is scary to me because that means if aliens come down to Earth to survey the wreckage, they're gonna meet Australians. And not about you, Earth. I think we can do better. I really do. I'm sure they're lovely people. I gotta figure the country is beautiful. But I think after everything the humankind has been through, we deserve a little more than a dude in a leather vest and a cowboy hat covered in crocodile teeth walking up to a flying saucer like, good eye, Xenu. Butter there, spaceman. Well, how are you guys going to rebuild the planet after this horrible conflict? Well, we're going to wait for the radiation to clear out of China, and then we're going to go get drunk there. And look, I'll put it to you this way. If you're making a list of the best things that humanity has ever done throughout its history, what from Australia makes the cut? What do you got? Kangaroos? I've never seen a rat and wished it was bigger and bouncier, all right? 0 times. That's a 6-foot-tall, hibbity-hobbity monster that could throw hands like Manny Pacquiao in the early days. No, thank you. Didgeridoo? Name a single song with a didgeridoo in it right now, I'll give you $1 million. Moby never used a fucking didgeridoo, okay? That is just a log that sounds the way the walls look when you're on mushrooms. That's all it is. All they really have going for them is that they have the sexiest accent, which is only because he sounds stupid, and stupid is sexy. And if you don't believe me, I'll prove it to you. You've never once seen a pornographic movie with a 3-syllable word in it once in your life, all right? Never seen a porn that started out like, hey, did you order a pizza? Indubitably. No. I'm gonna say one more thing and get off stage. This will be a little sincere, so I apologize. But and I should preface this: the views of Connor McSpadden do not reflect the views of hashtag FastBALLATCHETS, Fastball the band, or CHET WILD. But 2 nights ago, I saw Green Day, and it might have been one of the worst fucking things I've ever seen in my entire life. All right, Trey Cool just looks like a goth, fat Ted Cruz now. And Billy Joe Armstrong, like, I'm glad he's not on meth, but the song sounded better when he was on meth. And it was just 20,000 people that didn't really give a shit, you know, and they all saved up enough money working at a kiosk in the mall to go hear American Idiot and say that they did it on their Instagram story. And Billy Joe was up there like, do you guys want a revolution? You know, like, these politicians gotta stop tearing us apart. And I was like, well, yeah, I do, and yeah, they are, but you're also next to a fucking muscle milk banner right now. And, you know, and no one really gave a shit, and I didn't even really feel anything, okay? They played 2,000 Light Years Away from Kerplunk, and I was like, fuck yeah. And then in the middle of it, he got out squirt guns and a t-shirt cannon. So right now, just take a look around all the people, and the people that, you know or you don't know, or the people you've heard on podcasts, you've made a connection with, hearing them helping you get through the workday, and enjoy it. I think everyone here is going to mean something to them, and I bet you're going to feel something. So on that note, thank you guys very much. Enjoy the rest of the show. Have a good night.
Connor McSpadden, everyone. Our next comedian coming up to the stage, he is the mastermind and the boss of the Unpopular Opinion Podcast Network. He has an amazing comedy album called Gift of the Magi 2 that you can purchase. There's another comic on that one too. It's not important. One of my best friends, one of my favorite people in the world. Let's give it up for the fantastic TOD BROWN, everyone.
I was going to ask Jeff to lower the microphone for me before I came up, and he just did it for me because we're such good friends, even though he's a huge pile of walking trash. No, Jeff's great. Hey, how is everyone doing? Thank you for coming to Fastballlatchets. How goddamn exciting is this? I won't be up here too long. I mean, kind of long. I'm going to do like 25, 30 minutes. Filming a thing for Netflix. It's fine. No, I do want to, I want to start by talking about something that really, really bothers me. When rich people go on these really elaborate adventures and inevitably get stranded, why is it always our responsibility to bail them out? Like, case in point, there was this couple right here in California. A couple years back, they decided to let their 14-year-old daughter sail around the world by herself. They had a press conference. They said, our daughter can do anything. No, she can't. Turns out she can't sail around the world by herself. She tried. She took off from Marina del Rey, California, and broke down in Mexico. If you're not familiar with the area, that's basically still California, but with fewer Mexicans. She did not need a boat for that leg of the journey. She could have walked that shit. But her family didn't give up. They had another press conference. They're like, no, really, our daughter can do anything. And I'm like, nah, I bet you're still wrong. And I was right. Because this time, she took off from Mexico and got all the way to the Indian Ocean before she broke down. We had to send the Coast Guard to go get her. We spent hundreds of thousands of dollars in taxpayer money. And here's the thing, why? No one asked her to go sailing around the world by herself. We haven't needed people to do that kind of thing since we were buying shit with spices. We have filled that hole in history. We have satellites making our maps now. Just keep it in the dock, Magellan. No one needs those efforts. And look, I get that she's just a kid, so I'm not saying we should have just left her there. But should we have just left her there? Because here's the thing, her parents have boat money. They'll figure it out. And if you have boat money but don't have rescue your boat from the ocean money, you just didn't have boat money. It's a shame your daughter got swept up in those miscalculations, but that is not society's fault. That was a very dark way to start this set. I don't know if you noticed, but that joke ended with me letting a 14-year-old die adrift at sea. I feel like I should do something to bring the room up a little bit before we go on. All right, I got it. You know when someone finds a dead body somewhere? Like at the side of the road or in an open field? What's the first thing they say when they're interviewed about it on TV later? Oh, well, at first I assumed it was just a mannequin. All right, here's my question. Why the fuck would it be a mannequin? What kind of fashion district did this crime happen in that would make it more likely to be a mannequin? Take a look around. How many mannequins showed up here tonight? Not a single fucking one. Because mannequins cannot do that kind of thing on their own. That's why if I was out walking through an open field with a buddy of mine, as I'm wont to do sometimes, and he stopped me and was like, dude, is that a pair of legs sticking out from underneath those bushes? I'm pretty sure my instinctive reply would be, yeah, that looks like a dead body. And if I got over there to investigate and found that it was just a mannequin, I'd be way more creeped out at that point. Because I can wrap my head around how a dead body gets to the middle of an empty field. But to get a mannequin there takes all the work of a murder with none of the sexual satisfaction. Why even bother, right? That's why if you do ever see a mannequin out in the middle of nowhere, just treat it like a crime scene anyway. So whoever left it there is just warming up for something so much worse. So much worse. This is fun. This is being live streamed to a lot of people, so obviously I want to make a good first impression. And as a comic, like what you do in that situation, you put together a set list of your favoriteest jokes, all the hits, if you will. And that's what I did, so I could close out really strong. And now I'm not gonna do any of that shit. Because something amazing happened to me the other day, and I wanna tell you about that instead. I get the silence because half the room now is like, please don't let this be about Jesus. Anytime someone says something amazing happened to me and I want to tell you, it's always some Jesus bullshit. But this is not some Jesus bullshit. I would argue you could call it a miracle, though. Here's what happened. I got a new phone recently. That's not the story. I got a new phone recently, and whenever I get a new phone, I also make it a point to get a new phone number. And I do that for two reasons. One, I have terrible credit, so changing your phone number keeps the bill collectors on their toes. It's like a fun cat and mouse game. I like to think we both enjoy it. Keeps them sharp, on the job training. But second, and most important, if you've ever changed your phone number before, you know it's not unusual, at least for the first couple weeks, to keep getting texts and phone calls that were intended for the person who had that number before you. And if you've never responded to any of those messages, let me be the first to tell you, it's shit tons of fun. Like even the mundane stuff. Someone writes you and says, hey, we should meet for drinks later. You just write back and say, hey, I'd rather fucking die. It's like piloting a drone that only targets personal relationships. You have intervened in someone's life so fucking hard, and the power is intoxicating. So try it sometime. Everyone change your phone number after you leave this. It's fine. But I hit the jackpot the other day when it comes to phone numbers or text messages from the wrong number. And in lieu of closing with really strong jokes, I'm just gonna read this text exchange I had. And you can come up to me after the show and be like, oh, show me the phone, I don't believe you. I'll show you. I'll think you're an asshole because I've done nothing to earn that kind of mistrust from you people. But whatever, be that person, come up and ask me. Anyway, here's the first message I got. Monet, wanna make $15? Well, right off the bat, yeah, I do. Because I'm a comic living in Los Angeles. There's nothing I want more than to make $15. That would change my month. And with that in mind, me being a comic, I thought on it for a second to come up with a really witty reply. And here's what I hit him back with. Yep. Right? I figured keep it, simple at first, see what develops. And that paid off because I got a reply right away. Here's what it said. Blowjob? And now all my dreams have come true because this phone number didn't just belong to anyone, it belonged to a prostitute. And now I'm about to negotiate nasty $15 bottom shelf sex on her behalf. And I can't fucking wait. And even better, that wasn't the full message. The full message said, blowjob? What can I get for $20? Easy answer. I wrote back, blowjob and nachos. Right? That seems like fair market value to me. I would pay $20 for that. $25 if they're good nachos. Those are hard to find, even in Los Angeles, which is very unexpected, but I digress. But this guy was in no mood for my jokes. He wrote back with a really great question. What about clap? Yeah, what about clap? First of all, who the fuck still calls it clap? Am I texting with the Vietnam War right now? Like, who is this person? But again, this is another really easy answer. I just wrote back, only clap if I deserve it, baby. And now, apparently, that's what passes for a good answer in the pay for sex community. Because he hit me back right away. $50 for sex? Where do we meet? Now, I appreciate the power of my negotiating skills. It's a $35 increase. That's nothing to scoff at. But I obviously need to put an end to this before I get poor Monet tossed in the trunk of some PTSD-riddled Vietnam War vet's car. And I decide to end it like a real asshole. I write back, sorry, I think you have the wrong number. Officer. Why? Why did I bring the police into this? That is a dick move of the highest order. And I got paid back for it right away because he wrote, nah, chill. I ain't no officer. I was in your math class with Mr. Pollock and that short lady. You got that mean cake. Now I know what you got that mean cake means, and I appreciate the compliment. But there's a couple huge problems here. No one in college calls their professor Mr. Pollock. And if they do, they certainly don't call their math class math class. So this wasn't a hooker phone. This was a high school hooker phone. And this text message exchange probably just became a felony. So now I really need to wrap it up before Dateline NBC's Chris Hansen kicks in my kitchen door with a plate of cookies and a pitcher of lemonade. And I decided to take the direct approach this time. I just write back, I'm sorry, you really do have the wrong number. And he wrote back, this isn't Monet, with a little frowny face at the end. Right? That is the beauty of youth shining through. Fucking love it. So now I'm feeling bad, so I'm really trying to end this. I write back one more time and I say, no, it's not, I'm sorry. And I figured that would be the end of it, but I got one more reply from him. And you can tell from his reply that he knows he's been caught doing something kind of shady, and he's trying to backtrack out of it. Here's what he wrote. Do you know anyone who gives head? Easiest $15 I've ever made. Hey, you guys have been amazing. Thank you.
Let's give it up for Adam Todd Brown, everyone. I believe his Twitter handle is on there. If you want to see if you can do some business with him after that, you can get a hold of him. Contact him directly. Guys, we have one more comic, and then we're going to start the rest of the show going. This comic, you may be aware of him because you're at his home. He is the architect of the hashtag FastBallAtCHETS pseudo-harassment campaign that has resulted accidentally in raising a lot of money for a good cause. He's one of the funniest people in stand-up. He's so fantastic. He is the co-host of the least anticipated podcast of the week and one of the nicest and funniest people I know. Let's give it up for the fantastic CHET WILD, everybody.
I can sense the level of expectation you all have for me. And I don't have anything prolific to say. All I know is that it's very important right now that I do not bomb. Because here's the thing. I bomb all the time in LA. That's fine. You get better. You learn from failing. But after I bomb, I get to take comfort in the solace of my own home. If I bomb, I gotta break a 1-year lease I just fucking signed last week. I'm getting out of here. My therapist says I lie too much, which is bullshit. Because I don't even fucking have a therapist. It's like, those are some crazy accusations, made-up person. I did have a speech therapist growing up. I still have a little bit of a lisp. And my speech therapist was a 425-pound blind man. He's just fat and blind. That wasn't a joke. And every day in speech therapy, he would hold my hand and he would read Braille and he would hold my hand along the Braille. And then he would have me read the Braille back to him. Which begs the question, how fucked did my parents think my speech was? That I took 2 years of Braille lessons. I shouldn't make fun of blind people. I was diagnosed with light sensitivity, but I also have vitamin D deficiency. Thanks for laughing at a serious medical condition. I go to the doctor, I go, yeah, these things he's like, you're fucked, I don't know what to tell you. And I'm like, there's gotta be something. And he's like, well, there's one thing. There's this new technology, they're called transition lenses. I don't know if you know how they work. The technology is pretty amazing. They're glasses. You wear them indoors and they look normal. And then you walk outdoors and the glasses transition you into a pedophile. It's awesome. I get the playground to myself. Kids just run away. Yeah, I worded that wrong. It made it sound like it's awesome being a pedophile. No, it's awesome that the kids are scared of you. That's to clarify. Oh, I'm gonna have to move now. So, I gotta take better care of myself. With the proposed Trump care, I have 17 of Trump care's pre-existing conditions. Over half. So you would think I would be very anti-Trump care. But here's the thing, one of those pre-existing conditions is depression. And with depression, a lot of times you feel like, oh man, it's like I don't feel anything. I don't even, really exist. But I'm actually pretty excited about Trump care because if that goes through, when I'm depressed, I can look at the sheet and be like, oh, Well, at least I know I fucking pre-exist. There's part of me that's real. Thank you, President Trump. Thank you, Russia. What if it just turned out that Russia was behind Fastball@CHETS? I just had a bunch of Russian bots just tweeting this whole thing, and you're just like, what? I'll try and take better care of myself. I don't know, putting in the work. But I was at, sometimes things happen that discourage you. Like I was at Factor's Deli last week, and the deli owner gave me a free t-shirt because he said I looked too sad. Do you have any idea how sad you have to look for a Jewish deli owner to give you anything for free? Some real problems there. I don't know, doing all right. My last girlfriend dumped me because of something I said on a comedy podcast, though. Here's the thing. The podcast had 6 listens. 6. Do you know what that means? That means one of the listens was her, and the other 5 were me trying to figure out what the fuck I said wrong. It wasn't the Unpopular Opinion podcast. It was, be very clear, it's more listens there. It's for the back of the room. I went on a date with this MILF, but I didn't realize, I just worked that in. I didn't realize she had a kid until later in the date. It was a little awkward. We got back to her place. We're just making out, right? And I get distracted in her living room. And I'm like, hey, that's the new PlayStation. She's like, yeah. I'm like, that's the new Madden game. You're like 38. This shit doesn't add up. She's like, oh, that's my son's. I'm like, you have a son? She's like, yeah, is that a problem? Or do you still want to do this? I was like, oh, no. Let's do this. Do you have an extra controller? Do you have pizza bagels? No, this date's over. Didn't work out with her, but I do play Madden with her kid on the weekends, so not a total loss. I don't know, I feel like I'm doing all right with the girls, though. Last week, new record, I picked up 3 girls' phone numbers in one night.
Nice.
Thank you. I got in a 4-car accident. Crushing it with the ladies on the 405. Yeah, you've been on the 405. Relatable. If I used the 90, you'd be like, not funny at all. That's for the 3 Buffalo people doing inside jokes. There it is. Does anyone have a dad that... Round of applause. Who has a dad? It's like one sad person that... Not considering how that affects them. No, a dad that, like, my dad always is more concerned with my car than he is me. Like, that's his way of showing he cares. Like, he'll be like, hey, son, how's it going? I'm like, oh, just battling anxiety and depression. I got the free deli t-shirt to prove it. I like there's a delay laugh in that room. Oh, yeah. And then he'll just be like, oh, well, how's the car? What? We're just gonna skip over the me being vulnerable part? Okay. And they'll be like 6 months ago, he's like, oh, you still seeing that girl there? I'm like, nah, she cheated on me. He's like, oh, well, when's the last time you got an oil change? I don't know, 6,000 miles ago? He's like, oh, well, maybe if you changed your oil every 3,000 miles and did it yourself like a man, instead of going to Jiffy Lube, she wouldn't be running around town chasing dick. That's where it gets too dark for you? Okay. I lost it, the dad thing, not relatable. Not enough of us have dads. The person laughing doesn't have a dad related to them. I got it's weird because I'm having fun telling jokes, but I also want to see the band that I've been petitioning forever to be here. So it's like, I'm in this like self-masochist torture where I'm like, I can get the high of laughs, or I can get the high of the satisfaction of this campaign coming to fruition and not having to check Twitter anymore. It's very, very exciting either way. I feel like you're clapping, you're like, he's not gonna tweet anymore. We can get behind that. I'm going to Europe for 2 weeks. I don't know if they have Twitter there. So, Sarah, do they have Twitter there?
They do.
Oh, never mind. I'm gonna fucking. I mean, it's Fastball at CHETs, not 2 out of the 3 members of Fastball at CHETs. I feel nope. Okay, you guys, nope. End it. Okay, end it now. That's. I was thinking I could push it further. I just really like seeing how far I can take something, you know. I've been in LA for 4 years. From Buffalo, New York originally. A couple Buffalo people here coming out to support. They flew in. It's incredible. You don't know if I'm joking or not. Do I have people that supportive? Yes. Are they here? No, because flights got delayed. How much does that suck that my college roommate John flew here and his flight got delayed, so he's just like in an Uber right now, just checking his phone. Hey, John. Told you to come out a day earlier, fucking idiot. No, just flying from San Francisco. There's LAX is always on time. Nope. Anyways, but what's interesting to me about LA is people here. Any LA natives by round of applause? Anybody grow up here? A couple people. See, people in LA, in Southern California, you think you have seasons. Which I'm from Buffalo. There's 4 fucking seasons. There's snow and then like 2 days of some other shit. But in like LA, like I figured this out when I went to my favorite coffee house and I ordered an iced tea. And the barista said, "Sorry, sir, we don't have iced tea." I said, "That's not true. I've gotten iced tea here before." And it was back in January. And she goes, "Well, December through March is warm beverage season." I said, "It's 78 fucking degrees out. I will have an iced tea." She said, "Well, then you will have to wait in line until April. That is when that beverage becomes available again. Would you like anything else?" I said, "Oh, I guess I'll just take a hot tea and a giant fucking glass of ice." She says, "What are you going to do with that glass of ice?" I said, "I'm sexually repressed. I'm probably going to chew on it." Got in a car accident this week. And, that's right. She goes, "Here's the deal. If I see you put 1 single drop of tea into that glass of ice, I'm going to have to ask you, sir, to leave." It's like, good, because you can now make this order to fucking go. And that's how I got kicked out of my favorite coffee house. Hey, thank you so much for coming to my house. I'm gonna bring Jeff back up here and enjoy the rest of the show. Thank you. I'm CHET WILD. I'm a comedian. This just got real awkward. I'm a podcaster.
All right, what mascot do you want to fight so we can move
Tony the
on?
Tiger is a little too positive.
He's also a tiger.
Yeah, that guy. And my favorite band of all time is Fastball. Over 320 days ago, I started a Twitter campaign to get the band to play a concert in my living room. Some of my friends think it's a damn joke.
No, just say it's a bit. It's not a bit. It's a bit.
It's not a bit. I assure you it is not. I have never been more serious about something in my life. There's the one we can't use. I don't know how to get this through. Why would I waste my time?
Because you're a comedian.
But actually, it got kind of big.
It's like a phenomenon.
An amazing viral social media movement.
It's a juggernaut that I did not see becoming a juggernaut.
One of the greatest internet hashtag movements in the history of mankind.
Fans are going to concerts, they're holding up signs that say FASTBALLATCHETS. They're making shirts that I'm wearing on purpose.
I actually got a lot of public support. People started sending me letters, videos from across the globe.
Hey, CHET WILD, this is for you, my Would you guys all endorse FASTBALLATCHETS? Give me a hell yeah!
My California State Assemblyman endorsed it, and the music industry even got behind me.
I hope you guys do the right thing and play a living room concert for this guy.
He's talking about Fastball.
Yeah, Fastball.
We really need Fastball to play CHET's living room soon.
Soon.
You're missing a huge opportunity here. You're gonna look like this. Someday, soon, you're gonna think I could have been in CHET WILD's house playing a concert.
For sake, Ben Folds wrote a song about it.
Let's rock it.
Fastball even called into the podcast I co-host on the Unpopular Opinion Network.
As far as your living room concert, I mean, I'd love to do it. I need like a plane ticket, a room, a nice bottle of wine.
I'm going to take care of it with your manager.
You're going to hammer it out.
Yeah. But would Fastball agree to play my living room? Well, why don't you ask them? They were seemingly on board.
I don't think it's weird.
I like that you're drawing attention to our band.
I love house concerts. They're a lot of fun.
I'm not creeped out by it.
I might have even gotten Applebee's to sponsor the whole thing and pay to have them come out. There's only one problem.
I don't like those places, actually.
Horrendous.
I've never eaten at Applebee's.
They're restaurants, really?
I don't want to be disingenuous and say that, oh, yeah, I love Applebee's, because I don't.
They weren't going to play for free, and I'm not independently wealthy. So it looks like I was stuck tweeting them for the rest of my life. Welcome to day 286 of Fastball at Chet's. What do I do?
What do you mean, what do you do?
Where do I go with this?
Well,
It has to end. I get anxiety about the tweets every day. Now, I feel like I'm just harassing them, but then something crazy happened.
Tonight, along the Texas Gulf Coast, utter devastation. Harvey barreled ashore overnight, packing 130-mile-an-hour winds.
And then I got a phone call.
I'm glad I caught you.
Uh-oh.
It seems like fate that this is the way this thing has to go. The amount of misery in Houston is off the charts. So I was like, is there a way we could raise money for Houston while playing this thing? Look, we'll play your house. Let's do a GoFundMe page. We'll play your house if the GoFundMe page hits. How much money do you think we could raise for Houston?
I mean, we could at least raise $2,500 for sure. I think we could raise more.
I think that if we try to raise money for something good, it's a win-win all the way around.
Wow. Man, well, that gives all of this a completely different direction. 324 days. As of 40 minutes ago, they have agreed to do it. So now, not only is my favorite band going to play my living room, but the whole thing's going to be a benefit concert for a really good cause. That's where you come in. In order to raise money benefiting those affected by Hurricane Harvey, we've set up an Indiegogo campaign with a bunch of great perks, including live stream and download access to the living room concert, tickets to the actual show at my house, Fastball at Chet's t-shirts and show posters signed by members of Fastball and Unpops, an opportunity to be in a Fastball music video, and a bunch of other stuff that's too ridiculous for me to say aloud. You can claim multiple perks, but there's only 30 tickets available to the live show, so act fast. All net proceeds will go to the Center for Disaster Philanthropy Hurricane Harvey Recovery Fund. For more info, visit the Indiegogo campaign page or fastballatchets.com. Thank you for your time, thank you Unpops listeners, thank you Fastball, and thank you, whoever you may be. Hashtag FastballAtChets. Later, I proudly present from my living room, Fastball.
Well, I don't wanna be president, Superman, or Clark Kent. I don't wanna walk around in their shoes.
How about you? Well, I don't wanna make you mad. I don't wanna meet your dad. I don't wanna be your dream come true. 'Cause I don't know just what I found. I don't know my sky from brown. I don't know where I'm going to. I don't know about you. I'll be the rain falling on your fire escape. And I may not be the man you want me to. I can be myself. How about you? I'll be the rain falling on your fire escape. And I may not be the man you want me to. I can be myself. How about you? I can be myself. How about you? I can be myself. How about you? Do you want to play? You want to switch guitars?
I'm gonna just make this go down.
Okay, all right.
Oh yeah, because
Right, yeah.
it makes sense.
See what I'm saying?
Sit over here though. Here's how we'll do it.
Okay. Just keep switching spots.
Yeah, we'll have to.
It might not bother you as much as you think it's going to.
No, I think we should switch spots.
All right, okay.
The amp's over there.
Oh, sorry. It's like being on the plane. I need to
It
use
really is.
I need to use the restroom now. Could you?
The fasten seatbelt light is on. When they say, they just have to say that.
Sir, return to your seat.
Yeah, but you don't have to.
Return to your seat. Don't adjust the reverb.
Oh yeah, Capo, could you please hand me that?
Yeah, sure.
What
It
sort
never
of
ends, does it?
what sort of pet
I don't know. What-
lives
what's on
among
there?
this microphone?
I'm not sure. What? I also don't know how this guitar works. What? Oh, hey, look, I found a knob. Seems to
Okay,
be-
so yeah, that one all the way down obviously is the humbucker, the bridge. It's more trebly. If you want to mellow that thing, just go to the second.
Country western setting right here. Okay, this is called I Will Never Let You Down.
Yep.
Here we go.
1, 2, 3. May sound funny, don't have lots of money, but I will never let you down. When everything's breaking, the enemy's taking the town. I'll be fighting those demons, they'll be kicking and screaming. I will throw them to the ground. I'm here to protect you, love and respect you, and I will never let you down. drive you crazy. Remember, I'm only a man. I'm not too pretty once you reach the nitty gritty. I'm not the nicest guy in town. I might forget what I say, but at the end of the day, I will never let you down. Hope you won't hate me, don't underestimate me. I always do the best I can. My mind's a bit hazy, I might just drive you crazy. Remember, I'm only a man. I'm not too pretty once you reach the nitty gritty. Not the nicest guy in town. I might forget what I say, but at the end of the day, I will never let you down.
We should switch back, I think.
Okay.
You're kind of freaked out by the hair. And
kind of hard to sing.
And this
Hair's
guitar's
going in
kind
your
of
throat.
weird.
Yeah. Oh, I'm good though. What do I do with this?
Let's pretend we're flying to Europe. And like we keep switching spots, because you know my neck kind of fucking hurts. And I can't.
Wouldn't that be great if you could like send out a text on like a group text for the people on the plane?
Here's a new
Saying,
app idea for you.
There's a guy here looking for a different seat or whatever. I'd like to look at the Grand Canyon, you know. But anybody want to trade with me or something?
Right. Flight attendants.
Close to the shitter.
Flight attendants would love that. Right?
Yeah. Kind of horns in on their job a little. Okay, we'll switch.
Hi.
How's it going?
How are you? Don't mind me. I'm just trying to get back to my spot over here.
Did you rent these chairs, Chet?
Yes.
You know my
Well, not
cousin.
really.
My cousin has a chair.
Are these your chairs?
Should've called.
No, Sarah, the delightful girl.
'Cause the thing is,
back
you-
corner got him for free.
Nobody's like getting married this weekend. You could do kind of 2-in-1 or like a bar mitzvah or something.
I mean,
Seems like you want to maximize the space. So now that you got all these chairs in here.
I'll do fastball at bar mitzvah.
You know, I was thinking something like that, or you start your own church or something. Right here.
I feel like he already has.
Could start right here. What do you want to do now, son? Let's do some Richard Thompson. How about?
That's a great idea.
Let me ride on the wall of death one more time. Let me ride on the wall of death one more time. You can waste your time on the other rides. This is the nearest to being alive. Let me take my chances on the wall of death. You can't follow those crazy people to the crooked house. You can't fly away on a rocket or spinning a mouse. The tunnel of love might amuse you. Noah's Ark might confuse you. Let me take my chances on the wall of death. On the wall of death, the world is far from me. On the wall of death, it's the nearest to being free. You are going nowhere when you ride
strong. But what's the point in ringing a bell? Your switchbacks will make you crazy. Beware of the bearded lady. Let me take my chances on the wall. Let me take my chances. Let me take my chances on the wall of death. There's some sort of internet thing happening.
What happened, Andrew? It was pretty close, but people voted for you guys to play Out of My Head.
Okay.
I think that's wise. It shows restraint and good taste.
I'm very proud of that.
We should keep this going, this whole poll thing.
Yeah, I think we're ready for
more,
Yeah,
for
public input.
More polling. Has anybody seen that movie Truth or Dare by Madonna in a while? There's a great part where the backup dancer goes, during Vogue, should I put my hands like this or should I put them out? She goes, I don't know. She's like chewing gum, getting her hair done. She goes, I don't know, take a poll. She goes, take a poll. She goes, yeah, and shove it up your ass.
Touche, Madge.
Madge. We love you, Madge. All right, baby. Is it time?
Does this make noise?
It doesn't sound like a song. Oh, there it is.
Oh, I don't know. I have played this song about 9,000 times, so I think I probably manage. Okay, there we go. It's not too loud, is it, for everybody? No, that's too loud.
Look out. We want Hall & Oates, not Radiohead. So dial it back. Dial that shit back.
Hall & Oates. I have a Daryl Hall pick in my backpack.
Okay. Ready?
Let's start.
Yeah, let's do it. 1, 2, 3. Hey.
Sometimes I feel like I'm drunk behind the wheel of possibility, however it may roll. We'll give it a spin, see if you can somehow factor in. No, there's always more than one way to say exactly what you mean to say. Was I out of my head or was I out of my mind? Could I ever have been so blind, waiting for an invitation? It was hard to find. Don't matter what I say, only what I do. I never mean to do bad things to you. So quiet, but I finally woke up. If you're sad, it's time you spoke up to. Was I out of my head or was I out of my mind? How could I ever have been so blind, waiting for an invitation? It was hard to find. Don't matter what I say, only what I do. Never mean to do bad things to you. So quiet, but I finally woke up. If you're sad, it's time you spoke up to. Was I out of my head, out of my mind? How could I ever have been so blind? I was waiting for an invitation. It was hard to find. Don't matter what I say, only what I do. Never mean to do bad things to you. So quiet, but I finally woke up. If you're sad, then it's time you spoke up.
This is what you'll get.
Sorry.
Where are we? What's happening? I feel like I'm at not NASA with these guys here. Right? Has it landed yet? Did they get the can opener to fix the fucking hyperdrive, or is it? Whatever. Audience, would you like to make a request? Oh, you want to do that one, yeah? He beat you to it, you gotta be quick. Sunday afternoon, the rain is coming down. Guess who's back in town? Frenchy and the pond. And that little gutter girl has lost her castanets. She's smoking cigarettes with Frenchy and the pond. We're just waxing nostalgic while the moon is still smiling. All the taxi cabs waiting, and life is hard, but then again, life is easy too. I'll meet you at the zoo with Frenchy and the pond. Thank you. That's the last song on our record, Step in the Light. And I would like to conduct a little experiment with the interwebs.
Okay.
Because we are, one of the reasons we're doing this is to raise money for Hurricane Harvey relief and all the devastation in Texas. And so I have no idea where we're at as far as donations, but whatever it is, we could raise more, and I'm willing to do that. I'll play a cover. You can start interweb, people can start suggesting covers, and then I'll pick the biggest stretch I can find. But the caveat is you have to donate money. So where are we at right now?
We're at $11,730.
Okay, so light up that board, Ed. Let me, if we can get to 12, I'll do it. Start suggesting. That might be too lowly a goal, but let's see. We get to 12.
Sure.
And we'll just keep
Totally
going.
doable.
Totally doable. Maybe we can hit 15 grand by the time our set is over.
Would that be something?
Just throwing it out there.
And it's still open for a week for anybody watching this later.
Okay, it's open for another week. Thanks to everybody who's donated. Thanks you all for coming and donating. Thank you, Chet. Chet Wild. We were in the neighborhood and the car actually broke down, so we needed to use your phone. Anyhow, what do you want to sing, dude? What you got?
I'm going to do the song called It's Just Another
That's a
Dream.
good one. All right.
Know how to do it?
I can do it. 1, 2.
I thought I was a shining star. I thought that I was a newborn king. I thought I could make the world explode. I thought I could make the oceans freeze. I knew that I wasn't thinking right, and now I know how I got it wrong. I take it all back, but you tell me that you can't go back in time. Back in time, climbing up a tree to make it to the moon, staring at the sun, waste another day, share it with a friend, together on a cloud, it's just another dream. I was trapped in my hotel room, I could not get my suitcase packed. I was late for the shuttle downstairs to take me to you, but my shirts came to life and I cried, felt like a naked man. There were no numerals on the doors. Lost in the fog, all of a sudden I was taken to another world. Climbing up a tree, to make it to the moon, staring at the sun, waste another day, share it with a friend, together on a cloud, just another dream. Temporarily blinded, I tried following the sound of your voice. The carpeted hallway collapsed and I woke up to see your face, sleeping through the night. You never make a sound. I wonder who you are, I wonder where you go. I don't mean to pry, I know I shouldn't care. It's just another dream, where we're climbing up a tree to make it to the moon, staring at the sun, waste another day, share it with a friend, together on a cloud. It's just another dream, yeah. It's just another dream, just another dream, just another dream, just another dream, just another dream. Our dream is $15,000.
All right.
Power of suggestion.
How long should we play?
How about the next one? Everybody get up and dance.
Do you have renter's insurance just in case?
Chair rental insurance?
As much as you want, a suggestion.
Okay. All right, good night. Thank you so much. No, really, does anybody have a request?
Goodbye.
Oh, wow. Can you do that?
Sure.
Still?
Yeah, sure.
Really? Okay.
I got two hands.
We don't play this song a lot. We were playing it on tour. This song off a record called A Harsh Light of Day. You really remember it?
I think so.
Because I don't.
You know what though? That I can't hear what's happening. So I mean, you hear better. No, because it was just gonna be out too loud for everybody. I don't have control. Give me your headphones. Seriously.
No. Wow.
I want to hear what I'm doing.
Troublemakers. We could just play a different song.
That's true.
Right? Sorry.
We
Do
could.
you have another one?
No, I want your mix.
It's getting too complicated.
No, I think it's gonna work.
Falling Upstairs. What about that one?
Hold on, we're doing the footwork. Just takes a second. Okay, now you can turn the piano up. Nice. I don't know how you couldn't hear me really. Could you?
You don't remember.
Crank it up.
Hold on.
Moving on, ladies and gentlemen. We don't really know the song. Oh. Except it's in D minor, isn't it?
Okay.
Is that right?
Yeah, I don't know it.
Yeah.
I like the headphones though. It makes my hair cool after I take them off. Smashes my...
Do you have any of those requests? What's going on over there?
Rock and roll.
We're 11,997.
Okay, wow, see, $3.
Somebody really...
$3 away.
Yeah.
Or sorry,
Thank you, Lewis.
11,977.
Oh, 11,977.
Yeah, but it's also on a delay, so.
Well, I'm just gonna play the guitar then.
Play guitar.
I don't know why I even bother with keyboards. It's such a difficult thing to engineer.
Because they sound good? I don't know.
Well, they do.
You want to do Fallout? I mean, I'm sorry, Falling Upstairs?
You got so many good songs.
Okay. Sure. Anything, yeah. I'm not opposed to.
Long before I ever saw your face, I got to know you in a dream. But things aren't always what they seem. You learn along the way. I just can't stop myself from breaking down. Just no good unless you come around. I turn into a monster. All my friends agree. So good night, I'm going to bed. I'm falling upstairs to meet you. I wake up with memories in my head. I'm somewhere else instead, falling upstairs to you. Secret place. You're beautiful and strange to me, just like an antique melody, too sad for me to play. I hope you'll wait for me behind closed eyes. I know I'll search for you all through the night. till the dawn breaks in and throws its light around the room. Good night, I'm going to bed. I'm falling upstairs to meet you. Ooh, I wake up with memories in my head. I'm somewhere else instead. Falling upstairs to you. Falling upstairs to you.
I need that tenor.
Thank you very much.
So we passed 12K.
Yeah, throw me some options. Go ahead.
So, Creep, Radiohead, Wish You Were Here, Pink Floyd, Angels, Jimi Hendrix, Hotel California, the Eagles, or the Eagles.
Well, we have an idea of who's listening to this broadcast.
Roses by Outkast, anything Drive By Truckers, Sweet Caroline, a lot of people love that one. Mr. Jones or Anything Counting Crows. Shipping up to Boston to see if Jeff checks his phone.
That sounds like a good one.
Little Red Corvette.
You know any of those songs?
I know a lot of those.
You do?
Yeah, and like I could play it safe and do like, I could do a, whatever it is.
I can tell those which are here already.
Yeah, exactly right. Right. That's easy, and it's got great lyrics and stuff. But it'd be more fun to do. Yeah, help me out. So you gotta go. One, now. Okay, let's try it again.
Who ordered the clam chowder?
Clam chowder. Who did? Apparently you. Okay, we'll worry about the clapping later. Let me just get this going.
Yeah, so I don't know how to play.
I guess I should've known by the way you parked your car sideways that it wouldn't last. 'Cause you're the kind of person who believes in making out once, love 'em and leave 'em fast. I guess I must be dumb. She had a pocket full of horses, Trojans, some of them used. But it was Saturday night, I guess that makes it alright. And you said, what have I got to lose? Honey, I say, get a red Corvette. Baby, you're much too fast. Yes, you are, little red Corvette. You need to find the love that's gonna last. I guess I should know by the way you... That's the first verse. Hang on, I got it. I'm gonna recover.
Come on, get on right now. What you afraid of?
I guess that makes it alright. She said, baby, have you got enough gas? Oh yeah, little red Corvette. Baby, you're much too fast. Little red Corvette. You need to find the love that's gonna last. Somebody like you ought to be in jail. It's on the verge of being extreme. Move over, baby. Give me the keys. I'm gonna try to tame your little red love machine. Yeah, little red Corvette. Baby, you're much too fast. Yes, you are. Little red Corvette. You need to find a love that's gonna last. Little red Corvette. Baby, you got to slow down, got to slow down. Little red Corvette, 'cause if you don't, you're gonna go right to the ground, right to the ground, right to the ground, right to the ground. Little red Corvette. Welcome to the Headbangers Ball, ladies and gentlemen.
I always think of that Seinfeld when Kramer goes to LA and he's in that video.
Somebody came here tonight not to have fun. You can turn around and get the hell out of here now. Just messing up. I'm not going to be annoying.
That's Superfan. Everybody, Superfan, my buddy Keith Franklin. We go way back.
We're gonna do like a couple more, yeah?
Yeah.
Ever since I was a kid, I wanted to, I never did kiss Andrea. She was the queen of my high school. Sophomore year, I played the fool for Andrea. Oh, Andrea, forever 16 in my mind. So beautiful and fine, Andrea. The invitation came to me, class reunion, well I see Andrea. Is she married or divorced? Is she single? Will she be there? Andrea. Oh, Andrea. Forever 16 in my mind. Well, have the years been kind to you, Andrea? And it really blew my mind when I saw Andrea. I could not believe my eyes. I almost did not recognize Andrea. She had changed, boy and how. She said, my name's Andy now. Andy now. My name is Andy now. This is who I've always been. But I had to shed my skin. Andrea. Oh, Andrea. Andrea. Oh, Andrea. And it really blew my mind when I saw Andrea. Thank you.
We do one more, right?
One more, yeah. Play the big hit, sing.
It's never enough. I know.
turns into one more. We're all addicts.
I mean, come on. All right. They made up their mind. They started packing. They left before the sun came up that day. An exit to eternal summer slacking. But where were they going without ever knowing the way? They drank up the wine, they got to talking. And now I had more important things to say. And when their car broke down, they started walking. Where were they going without ever knowing the way? Anyone can see the road that they walk on is paving road. It's always summer, they'll never get cold, never get hungry, never get old and gray. You can see their shadows wandering off somewhere. They won't make it home and they really don't care. They wanted the highway, they're happier there today. Today, the children woke up, they couldn't find them. They left before the sun came up that day. They just drove off and left it all behind them. Where were they going without ever knowing the way? Anyone can see the road that they walk on is paving road. It's always summer, they'll never get cold, never get hungry, never get old and gray. You can see their shadows wandering off somewhere. They won't make it home and they really don't care. They wanted the highway, they're happier there today. Today. All right, I want y'all to sing. I think you can do it.
Anyone can see the
road that they walk on is paving gold. It's always summer that never gets cold, never get hungry, never get old and gray.
All right, babe.
You can see their shadows wandering off somewhere. They won't make it home and they really don't care. They wanted the highway, they're happier there today. Today. inspired Rampart Street.
Nice.
Rampart Street.
Rock you well.
You do that well.
Enthusiastic you are.
That's great, Yoda.
We'll see how you feel. How in the morning you will feel.
Regret you well.
Such a cute little guy, that Yoda. So wise and cute. Cuteness and wisdom. It's really the two top traits a guy can have.
Actually, I think the top traits a guy
Width or length?
top traits a guy could have is does it fly off the shelf and will kids want it? I think that was when they were making Yoda. They're like,
Yes.
it was all about the. It was
I
all
heard
about the
they like
market.
used all different people's like
Yeah.
Einstein's
Yeah,
forehead
exactly,
or something
right.
like that.
Gonna make the most popular doll ever made.
Mary's Danish.
Yeah.
Anyway, this is called Rampart Street. We're gonna ramp up to it right now. 2, 3, 4. One thing that I must have missed when I first met you, seemed like you could love me until you found someone new. I guess I should have seen that you had one foot out the door. I don't go down Rampart Street no more. Back in the beginning, you could look me in the eye. Do you really think that I am just some stupid guy? Now you tell your story as you stare down at the floor. I don't go down Rampart Street no more. I'm not gonna go back there. You won't put your hooks in me. I'm all alone tonight, but I'll be alright. Yeah, you used to get excited every time I come around. You couldn't wait to sample what I brought you. It was brown. Up to your apartment, I'd be knocking on your door. I don't go down Rampart Street no more. I don't go down Rampart Street no more. These glasses are good enough. Thank you, everybody.
Don't change the menu, man. Don't change the menu. I come in every week. Don't change the menu. I eat here all the time. Don't change the menu. I am a regular. Don't change the menu. I know it's not up to me, but you should just let things be. Don't change the menu, man. Don't change the menu. Where's the gazpacho, dude? Where's the gazpacho? That was a special here. Where's the gazpacho? That was a special. Where did it go? I am a regular. I'd like to know. I know it's not up to me, but you should just let things be. Don't change the menu, man. Don't change the menu. Right? Yeah. houses have been torn down. You're the only one that's still around. So keep things like they were before, or I won't come here anymore. Don't change the menu, man. Don't change the menu. Don't change the menu. Don't change the wait staff. Where did Melissa go? She used to make me laugh. I come in every week. I leave a big tip. Don't change the menu. Don't try to be hip. I know it's not up to me, but you should just let things be. Don't change the menu, man. Don't change the menu. Don't change the menu, man. Don't change the menu. Don't change the menu, man. Don't change the menu. Don't change the menu, man. Thank you. It's always your friend that does this. Have you noticed that?
I may only have one friend. I'm right here. But he's going to make sure that I am first in the bathroom.
Yes. Amen.
After this next song.
Yes. That's it.
Because I almost started. I was, bring it, come on. And it was almost coming.
It's almost happening, huh?
And he comes out.
I didn't do
I heard. Everybody was like, yeah, all right.
First off, your friend's very persuasive.
Yeah. Yes.
And second,
in dramatic fashion. Everybody off their feet now.
Okay.
Give them a rounding round of applause. Come on now. Don't you dare.
All right.
Come on. Come on.
All right.
Don't you give a shit.
Okay. Thank you.
Where are we at with this fundraiser thing?
Good job.
Where are we at with the whole
All right.
fundraiser?
Hey, Keith, after this, the show's over.
Keith.
What are they even talking?
We're gonna chill out.
Who the hell is he?
This is called You're an Ocean. Can you make it easier for me to understand how you're holding my heart in your trembling hand? Eyes that rise to meet me halfway up among the stars.
definitely not from Mars. You're an ocean, you're an ocean. Settle down, what's the commotion? I'm an island, but you're an ocean. It's a stormy sea of love and emotion. You got me suspended motionless in time. Make the warm wind circle around my head just like you do. If I could do it, I would be doing it to you. I believe I'd buy whatever you would sell to me. Nothing in my life ever came with a guarantee. You're an ocean, you're an ocean. Settle down, what's the commotion? I'm an island, you're an ocean. It's a stormy sea of love and emotion. You got me suspended motionless in time. I believe I'd buy whatever you would sell to me. Nothing in my life ever came with a guarantee. You're an ocean, you're an ocean. Settle down, what's the commotion? I'm an island, but you're an ocean. It's a stormy sea of love and emotion. Got me suspended motionless. You got me suspended motionless. You got me dispensed motionless in time. Thank you very much.
Fastball has committed. It only took 320 days. The band just happened to be in LA. A hurricane relief fund helped them find the way. We're talking fastball. The CHETs has finally happened. Talking fastball. Some fans will be attending, and Adam just can't believe his eyes. Jeff May, he won't be let inside. Cause it's CHET WILD, the ump-ups and the ball. We're talking fastball. At CHETs has finally happened. Talking fastball. I wish I was attending, and Applebee's sponsoring the food. The bumper pool is something he'll include. Cause it's CHET WILD, the ump-ups and the ball.